Like on his LinkedIn, it says he worked for Combs Enterprises. His friend, Michael Amir Williams, who I mentioned he's been doing business with, has a sister, and her name is Mecca. And at the time of me putting together my Substack, like her Instagram still had lots of information up about P Diddy on it, where she's been to his parties. There's an interview I share where she says she's traveled the world with him, like working with him. And you see her at the various parties. I mean, just having a good time. There's nothing wrong with posting yourself at a party with someone. But the fact that I bring that up because we realized she also worked with him. And then she shared a post where she thanked the minister, Louis Farrakhan, for the introduction to Michael Jackson's family. And that's the bridge where we learn this is a whole network.
But what did Michael Jackson have in common with the Nation of Islam?
I think they wanted to control him. I don't know that he had anything in common with them. And so what I'm seeing is that it seemed like this group of people kind of infiltrated his life. And there's an LA Times article saying this. Mm-hmm. These are not my words. That in his final days, they infiltrated his life. And I think it's because he represented good, actually. And he knew what was going on. And typically it was the people that knew what was going on and did not participate that are no longer with us.
Sadly. Yeah.
Sadly. It's so sad. Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah. Okay. So I mentioned Mecca and overlapping with P Diddy. And then one thing that she shared that was kind of like an aha moment for me is when she reposted something P Diddy shared, and it was from like the 4th of July week 2020, and it's a video of basically announcing Louis Farrakhan's speech he was going to have, and it was going to be published on Revolt Network, which is P Diddy's network at the time. And if you listen, like, it's fanning the flame of racism and division. And it broke my heart because I feel that I had a Black Lives Matter sign in my yard in 2020. Like I fell for it, but I genuinely do have a heart for unity and, you know, like I love all people. I consider myself open-minded. And so never had a racist bone in my body. So I would just want to state that before I make this statement. It grieved me. Would love, it's in my Substack. If you find this video that P Diddy shared, in the height of chaos and trauma of our nation, and they're basically just fanning the flames of racism and division and not reconciliation or forgiveness or a solution or a path to move forward. But Farrakhan basically says, like, why do you want to be a part of a nation that's coming to an end? Like, why are you saying our nation's coming to an end?
And he said that in 2020.
Yes. So to me, that was a part of a larger plan. I mean, there were so many things going on there, and they're all happening simultaneously, but that was that one line of chaos and trauma, and that was a part of their plan, is to just turn us upside down. And some of it worked. Like, a lot of us still have family members and friends we haven't reconnected with because of these divides that we've been a victim of. But to me, it made me feel like I had located a source for a lot of this. It's pretty fascinating.
Can you imagine the same thing happening and saying that we have to be divided from the blacks? We the white people, should have our own nation?
Thank you.
That would be madness, right?
Exactly.
It's unthinkable.
And that, I'm so glad you said it, so I didn't have to. That was my aha moment to say, the media isn't perpetuating this when, yeah, I could never get away with saying what Farrakhan has said. And you don't hear like about investigations into it, at least current. The FBI in the 30s did like investigate one of their prophet leaders. But it's just, it's, you know, upside down. Everything's backwards and doesn't make sense.
Rules are for thee, but not for me.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, you can say these horrible things and perpetuate racism, but you're calling me a white national because I just am existing and I support my country, not the corrupt government, but I support